dumpster. It's only if you have.
Okay, good morning. We took a break in the middle of chakras to do this quick share. Let's learn a little Gemara. Hopefully, we'll have a mini amount of time and finish. Let's do the Gemara. So we're learning, starting Gufa on the bottom of Gimel and Beis. Gufa. Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Krach. We'll call it Samach Loi. We'll call it Nera Imai. Nidin Krach. We said before that that not only do walled cities laying on Tezvav, but any city we learned that from year to year. He has a drasha. Any city that's close to Krach also lands at 15. Tana samach af b'shein nira af b'shein samach. So we said how much is samach? Samach is said as a mil. But even if it's not samach, but it's nira, so you could see it, but you can't, but it's far away, or it's very close, but you can't see it. So it has either one of these conditions. Either it's close or you could see it. He's af b'shein nira. It's a samach, you still land on the 15. Bishleim if I have to go out nira af b'shein samach. Very, I understand how I could find a place that's nira ve'ena samach, that you could see it, but it's far away. If it's sitting on top of a mountain, so you can be very far away, but you can still see far into when something's elevated, you can see very far away. But that it should be close and I can't see it. How's it possible? Sitting in the valley, so you're higher up, but you can't see down because the way division works, it goes straight. But down, like right underneath you're right underneath the mountain, you're not going to be able to see. So that's how you have either one. Another member. Now we're talking about, according to Rashi at least, we're talking about Bati Erachaim. Bati Erachaim is an Eretz Yisrael, whole Eretz Yisrael. If I sell my land, now it comes back to me. Except for Bati Erachaim, I only have 2 years to redeem it. If I don't redeem it, then it goes to the Kahana. Then it goes after Yav, it goes to the Kahana. That's the special thing about Bati Erachaim, and that's again walled cities that were mukaf in the times of that were walled by the times of Yeshua ben Nun. But in a city that was first settled, and then they decided to make it a walled, then it's not considered it's not considered Bati Erachaim. My time the ishki yimkar base Moshav Ir Chayma. If this is referring to the halach, this is the pasuk of Bati Erachaim, and it says that you have to sell, if you sell your Bati Moshav Ir Chayma, that it's already a Ir Chayma when it was Moshav. Shehukaf ulubasayf Yashav. That when it was already Moshav, it was already Ir Chayma. That's the dik in the pasuk. Yimkar base bias. Moshav Ir Chayma, that it was settled. It was when it was settled, when the city was settled, it was already Ir Chayma. Shehukav Obasayf Yashav. That first they were mukaf. First they made it into a fortified city, and then they had the Oila move in. The Loishi Yashav Obasayf Hukav, and not that's first the Oila moved in, and then they said, you know what? The building committee decided we should make a wall. We should be more safe. Amar Bishur Levi, what? HOA, yeah. But Amar Bishur Levi, another member, Krach she'ein bayasar batlanin lidin kekvar. Batlan doesn't mean lie the guys in 7-Eleven. Batlan over here means that they're sit in the Spanish the whole day, the mevatel from work. So if they don't have a minion, a kail minion, they don't have a minion of kail that. That's not what it means. Then it's considered a kvar, even though that's kvar. This is not even it's not whether it's walled or not, but that's considered a small city.
In order to be called a city, you need to have.
In order to be a big city, right? Yeah. Then you need to have a Sarbatlan. Again, this is regarding going back and forth. It's not going walled or not. It's not Yudal Tazvav. Right. This is Lagabi whether you could lane earlier. Mike Kamashon, what's he coming to tell us? Tanina, we already learned it. Ezel Ir Gedayla. What's a big city? Kal Shesh by Sarbatlanin. Pacht Mikan. How is it kvar? So what are you saying? You're not adding anything. We already learned it in the Mishnah. Everything more. Prach Itzrich. I need to know. Krakow doesn't mean walled city. It means a busy city that's like a marketplace. Even in other words, let's say for example you have today Miami is a very big Makom Torah, but let's say you have a place like Miami. Well, Adam's coming is going. There's always 10 Chavis in this marriage, but they don't live in Miami. These guys from Lakewood, these guys, they're all over the place, right? That's not considered It has to be Miyuchid, Miami Chavra that are sitting alone. We had it today, but I'm saying that's a Zah city. Let's say in back then it would be let's say a marketplace. So the Olim's always coming in, but there's no Chavra from that city that are Miyuchid to learn, that are Miyuchid to learn. That's not right. Orlando probably also has a Chavra today.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, but I'm saying let's say I'm sure you have towns like this that exist and they're busy. But they don't have I think people also go to land vacation on this match anyway, but
over there.
it's called.
The cult in Neverland, though.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, next to Tampa.
No, it's next to Orlando. It's
45 minutes.
Okay,
away
anyway.
from Orlando. Yeah.
Okay. Either way, so those people don't count.
Let's do it.
But you have like that's what Rishon Levi is coming to tell you that they have to be miyichid for that city. A Jewish cult?
Yeah.
So okay. Let me Rishon Levi. Another Nachamam Rishon Levi. Krach shecharav ulebesayv yashav nidin kekrach. A city that the walled city that gets destroyed. In other words, that I don't know if the actual it becomes ice. It becomes ice yishuv or becomes ice wall. We're going to see exactly what it means in a second. Nidin kekrach. It's still considered like a krach. In fact, my charav, what are you talking about that it was destroyed? If you're going to talk about that it was a walled city, the walls got knocked down, and then it got rebuilt. Right? That's what he said. He said if it was destroyed and then rebuilt, then it's considered like a krach. Right? Krach shecharav, it was destroyed, it was saved yashav, and it was reinstated. It was resettled. Nidin kekrach. So the Gemara says, my charav. What are you talking about charav? If you can say that the walls were destroyed, and what? And that's so the Gemara is asking further. Yashav in. You said it has to be resettled in order for it to be a bati yochayim lo yashav loy. But if it wasn't resettled, then it wouldn't be. It says in the pasuk. It's written in the Gemara very abundant. It says lamed vav aleph. Why? It doesn't say that in the pasuk. The pasuk says lamed aleph. Lamed aleph. But that's the ksav. But the kri is with the vav. So it means loy that it has, but it's written in the Torah, and this is part of the Messiah that we have, is that it doesn't have a wall. So it says aval pisha ein loy achshav v'haya loy kaidim lakain. So the loy but then aleph says is referring to the status now, but the kri is the loy with the vav that it used to have. So even in that such a case where it doesn't have now, that it's still considered a batei rechaima. So what are you telling me? Rabbi Shimon Levi can't be talking about charav on the walls, because that means that only when the walls got rebuilt, it's considered a krach. That's what Rabbi Shimon Levi says. Whatever is destroyed and rebuilt is considered like a krach. But I don't need it to be rebuilt, because I have a pasuk loy with an aleph, but we read it like a vav. That even if it's not rebuilt, Ela my charav shecharav ma'asar batlanim. Charav doesn't mean the walls. Charav means that the kail lost its funding. So now there's no more batlanim. So now it goes back to a kfar, right? It's a small city if the kail bounces, but if they don't have to. But I'm saying they're allowed to lane on time, but they're allowed to go earlier. That's the nafkamina. So it's not a chiyuv to lane yud aleph.
They don't have the next day.
No, we're not talking about the next day. We're talking about big city and small city. We're not talking about walled cities.
We are talking about.
It says a krach, but it's not. It's lav dafka. This Indian that he's talking about, the Asar Batlanin, is Ir Gadol. Whether it's walled or not.
That's the answer?
The answer is that it's talking about a chayil. Yeah, in the half minute we wanted to say that they were talking about Yudah as well, right? But now I'm saying the whole Indian. I meant the whole Indian of Yudah of Ir Gedolim with the Batlanim has nothing to do with walled cities or not. It's not Tazvav Yudalit. It's a Yud Aleph issue, not Yud Aleph. Yud Aleph basic Gimel Yudalit issue. But either way, it's not a chiyuv to lane early. It's just a hefta to lane early, like we learned in the Gemara. They have a right not to come in, but if they want to come in, come. They're
welcome.
They're allowed to lane Yud Aleph. They're to lane Yud Aleph, right? And even if someone happens to be there, you're not allowed to lane Yud Aleph. Like you have to lane. Whatever. It's a whole. We're going to discuss later. I think if someone happens to be in the city Yud Aleph anyway, and he already laned Yud Aleph, he has to lane again because the ikazman is Yud Aleph. You have to shop him. You shopped anyway for whatever. For Shachmanis, you have to go to your kids' teachers. You have to go anyway to. Oh yeah. There's Messiah back from the Gemara. So what's the chiddush? What's the chiddush, right? Why is the chiddush? If charav and yashav, what's the chiddush? If the kol comes back in, it should be gadol. Right? What's he adding? I forgot who says it. Either Rashi or I saw it somewhere else that we're not choishes that it's going to lose its funding again. In other words, wherever the status is at the moment, it's fine. You shouldn't be worried that anyway next week they're gonna the one guy's moving out of town, whatever. So just leave it as a kfar. No. Wherever the city is with a sarbatlan, that's where we stay. How long we're on here already for? I don't know.
15 minutes. I don't know.
Another shtickle?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Zok the Gemara. The Amar of Shulman Levi Nachamam from Shulman Levi. Lud v'ayne v'gei acharashim v'chafes chayma mimay shishul b'nun haba. These cities, Lloyd v'ayne v'gei v'acharashim, they're from Yeshua ben Nun. Faktimar v'hani Yeshua banani. Yeshua, you're saying Yeshua built them? Elfal banani. How do we know? A guy Elfal, some general or some manig over there. Tafsiv b'nei Elfal Ever u'Mishra v'Shemar v'hu bana es aynai v'eslod u'b'nei Seh. You see, he built the cities of Lud and Aina and the other cities. If you're going to bring me a raya from there, that he built them, Asa Banani. The Asa is also another general. He's the one who built them. Why the Chsiva, even Asa as Arya Betzurais Ashel Yehuda. And he built these cities that are, and he names these cities. Amr Abdul Lazar, Hani Mukhafaschami Mes Yeshua ben Nun. They were really from times of Yeshua ben Nun. Charvu b'yimei Pelegesh Begiva. They got destroyed in the times of Pelegesh Begiva. There was a civil war in Klai Yisrael. There was a crazy Maisa that someone had a Pelegesh, and he went to go to Shver. She ran away to Shver. He went on the way. He stopped over somewhere. They wanted to live with her. They wanted to live with him. He sent her out. The whole night they were manis her until she was dead. They left her dead on the doorstep. He chopped up her body and sent it to 12 different pieces to all 12 Shvatim and said, "Look what these Chaver did." All the other Shvatim got very upset at Binyamin. They were from Sheva Binyamin, these Chaver, and they demanded that they send these Chaver out and punish them. They refused to do it, and they decimated Binyamin. Binyamin, it became a churba. It was a civil war in Klai Yisrael, and Binyamin was. So that's the story of Pelegesh Begiva. So they got destroyed in that war. So Alpha built them back up. How the info they fell down again. He did repairs on the walls. So he redid it. So it was all three get credit for this. Yeshua built it, Alpha rebuilt it, and Asa fixed it up. They can also bring your shikul raya that Asa built it up to Chsiva Yomel Yehuda Nivna Esa Aram Ha'ela. Let's build these cities. It's not sure they were building cities that were already built. You
got them?
Okay. We should do another shekel.
It's only 12 minutes.
Only 12 minutes. The one was Rishon Levi. Nashim chayalas mikra Megillah she'af him hayu ba'isa nes. Rishon Levi says Nashim also chayav mikra Megillah, even though it says mitzvah seishas mangrama because they were also part of the nes. The af over here. So some people want to say because the Esther was a big part of the nes. But then it wouldn't be af. It would be, of course, women, because af is that they were also going to get destroyed. It's not right. Nashim happened. They were going to. Haman was he was an equal opportunity ritzeach. Amar Rishon Levi Purim shachal yis b'Shabbos shayil medarshim b'inyan shalyayim. If a Purim falls out on Shabbos, you should darshan on about Purim on that day. My Ari, my Ari, Purim afil Yom Tov nami. Every Yom Tov you lay in. Tanya Moshe tikkun lem Yisrael. She shayil medarshim b'inyan shalyayim. Moshe was misakin that you should give drushes. Moshe was the first saying this Shabbos afternoon drusha is not a nayazach. This is already Moshe Rabbeinu was misakin it. Hilchas Pesach b'Pesach, Shalein Hilchas Pesach on Pesach, Hilchas Atzeres b'Atzeres, Shavuos on Shavuos, Hilchas Chag b'Chag, and Sukkos on Sukkos. That's what the what?
You're giving a drusha.
Yeah, drusha on Pesach. Now there's another ending of Shloshim Yom Tov l'Chag, but on Yom Tov you should dash on Yom Tov also. Purim Mitzrichale, I need a special memory about Purim. Why? Ma'odatem and Nigzam Mishum the Rabba. What?
Is that where you caught Rav Zera?
What do you mean?
You were drunk and...
No, the what?
Because the common Christ Megillah Shemi Avraham
No, that's no. No. The man that came and niggas Mishum. I thought I skipped. I thought you meant that he's cut. I skipped the line.
Did it come?
No, Rabbi the shuffle. Yeah. But the man that came and niggas Mishum. The Rabbi has exera all over the Gemara that you shouldn't carry. You shouldn't blame. This is we don't shake lulav on Shabbos and blow shofar on Shabbos. It's all because the Rabbi. Rabbi's Gzeh, I'm going to come to carry. Come on, Shalom, that even on Purim I should dash. I'm going to start dashing about the Megillah. I'm going to come to take my Megillah. So even though we don't lay in the Megillah on Purim because of on Shabbos because of Rabbah, but if we're dashing about it, we could. One more Shulman Levi. Chayiv Adam Nikas as Megillah B'Layla. You have to lay it at night and lay it again by day. Which it's interesting lashon because it sounds like the day is Agav. The Iker is at night and you just do it again, but halacha it's not like that. The day is the Iker Megillah. See two types of falling out. What?
Hazar is the Iker.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So no, we should start Hazar share. You didn't answer me at night, and you didn't answer in the day, and at night you were quiet. You weren't. Savamina, the Mikra Belayla. So we thought maybe because Lashnaisa is an ambiguous lashon. It could be to repeat or to learn Mishnayos. So he says, "Savim, the Mikra Belayla and the Mislav and Seisin Dida Mi Mama. Maybe you should take Yishlaim Megillah at night and per morning have a Mishnayos say they're in Megillah. Amalu Rabbi Yirmiyah the Didim Farshlim Minei Rav Chia Barabba what he said. What did this member mean? Kagain the Amri Inish ever Parshasa Parashta Da ve'Esneya. Not the lashon of Mishnayos, but the lashon of repeating. It's Menami Amar Reb Chalbai Amar Ula Bira. That was his name, Ula Bira. Chayiv Adam Likreis is in Megillah B'Layla v'Lishneisa B'Yoyim. Shenemar Lamani Zachal V'Layidayim Hashem Lekai L'Olam Adaka. See again, the double lashon of calling Yat Hashem refers to this double lashon of laying the Megillah.
כל התנא לקאי, 12 again.